you get your protein? That is the #1 topic that people always ask when they're wanting to transition over to the plant-based diet. Plants and vegetables have protein. It just depends on how much you consume. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the average female should consume 47 grams of protein, and the average male should consume 67 grams. But here's some more information that you should know. Yes, we need protein. It's one of the macronutrients that we need in our diet. But it's being said that we are consuming 2 to 3 times more than what we need, and it's causing harm to our kidneys, and it is associated with chronic disease. Meat is not the only source of protein. The amino acids that is found in meats we can also find in plants. And you think that because you are moving more that you need more flesh protein. Actually, we only burn about 10%, which means that we can get what we need from plants and we're not harming anyone. Proteins is for consuming what we need in order to thrive, which means whole base, whole foods can give you what you need. The more you know, the more you grow. I'm Angela Yvonne, and this is Vegan Pop Eats. Gangster Vegan Organics has remixed the word gangster and turned it into a movement to provide healthy, unprocessed foods for everyone. Located at 6202 Rhode Island Avenue in Washington, D.C., with multiple locations, the mission is healthy foods for everyone. Let's see if they understood the assignment. Thank you so much, Taneea, for allowing us to be here at Gangster Vegan Organics.
Thanks for coming. We appreciate it.
I've heard so much about your brand. Tell me, well, I want to know a little bit about you. Okay. Tell me about your plant-based journey.
So I came to my plant-based journey due to a few challenging years with my health. So I am a 2-time cancer survivor.
Yes.
I was diagnosed with cervical cancer in 2018, and then 9 months later was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer in 2019. Okay. So my journey to a plant-based diet was literally one to save my life.
Yes, indeed.
I am officially cancer-free. I have been cancer-free for a year and a half. And now, like, my goal is just to tell as many people about that as possible. My family has come along with me on my journey, so it's very interesting talking about raising children who are plant-based. I have a daughter who's been plant-based basically her entire life, and then my son who I had to transition. So I'm always very keen on how adults are struggling, because I watch my 9-year-old, even at 9, struggle with being addicted to certain foods and certain flavors just in his young palate. So for me, it's really about taking one person and really hoping that they take that back to their families. And that's kind of how this movement spreads, like person to person.
I love hearing good news. I just love hearing good news, and that just, you know, I love
really
that type of energy. I love that, because cancer is one of the things that has hit a lot of families, and you know, the more that you take a hold of your health is you're taking control of your life, because the doctors don't really tell you that, you know, being raw or being plant-based could do wonders with what you need to do. But you know, I could talk to you on the phone about that.
I would love to. I think for me, it was really, if I'm going to go 2 feet in with changing my life and healing myself. I did 6 months worth of chemo. I've had a double mastectomy. And if I'm willing to do all of that, then I have to do the work to change my diet.
Absolutely.
Like, why take these huge medical steps if you aren't willing to do the part that is in your control, which is what you put in your mouth and what you eat.
Oh, so. That sends chills down my spine. And I mean, like I said, we can talk about it on the phone.
We can talk about it. We can talk about it all the time. I know that there's so many like mixed conversations in the vegan and plant-based world about medicine and wellness and taking care of yourself.
Absolutely.
And I always find it interesting to speak to people who are navigating their journey in whatever way they see fit. For me, for my family, those pieces fit well together. But food has been a huge piece of my wellness as well.
I always like to hear that, because when you're crossing over to plant-based, I don't know if you had hesitant people in your life who were just like, oh,
absolutely,
I don't want to do that, But when you can show them that this is what I was before, but now I'm here.
Absolutely.
That's all it is. But we are here to talk about Gangster Vegan Organics.
Well, welcome.
Yes.
Ask as many questions as you would like. We really appreciate you being here.
I'm excited to be here because 1, I'm a fan of hip hop. 2, I am plant-based. And when I saw that you're meshing both of those together, paying homage to hip hop and Black history,
absolutely,
I had to come and see you. So tell us about what Gangster Vegan Organics is about.
Yes, so Gangster Vegan Organics is really meant to be a vegan food wellness space meant for everyone. There's no secret that a lot of the wellness spaces are curated for middle class white people.
Yes.
The spaces feel that way. They glean that way towards a culture and a certain type of people, and we all understand like why that would be marketable for a lot of reasons, right? But there is a huge subset of people who are left out of the traditional wellness market, and my goal with Gangster Vegan Organics DMV was to make this entire place feel like you know who's supposed to be welcome here, from the brick walls to the cement floors to the subway tiles to the music you hear in the background to the names of the products, right? Like, you feel comfortable when you walk in here. And I think that just really loosens people up to be able to ask questions that they may not be able to ask, to share pieces of their health journey. And then a big piece of how I share my business with others is sharing my story that goes along with it. So just the amount of families, women who come in and share their health journey, or I saw your story about being a survivor, so I wanted to, one, come and support, but share that with other women who are a survivor. What does survivorship look like on the other side? How can you take your wins and the losses that you experienced and inspire other people? So for me, that's really what all of this is about. We have 2 locations, one in Baltimore, Maryland, and then one right here in Riverdale Park. And those were very purposeful places. Riverdale is a very mixed income access neighborhood. And it was really important for us to put a location here where so many different demographics can get to. We're right next to a yoga studio. We knew like our demographic was already here, right? And then Riverdale is really a strong place for people who just want to live well. There's a lot of walking in the neighborhood. You'll see if you hang around like some cycling groups.
Yes, I've been seeing that a lot.
Who ride by, which isn't something that people expect in an income, in a neighborhood in this income bracket. So I think it's always exciting to showcase what is it like to live in a neighborhood full of healthy Black people who want to be well. Our location in Baltimore is in downtown Baltimore, in Federal Hill, in a food desert, and that was very purposeful as well. I think there's often a misconception that if there are no other aligned businesses, then the need isn't there. If there's no grocery store, if there's no gym, if there's no other wellness, then no one's here for a reason. And I think Gangster Vegan Baltimore really flips that on its head. Like, no, people want this food, but people want to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
They want to receive their food with love.
Yes.
They want to be able to ask questions. They want to feel comfortable. So I'm just really hoping to bring all of that to this food space.
Well, I know that you're bringing it because I just feel the energy, and I'm just like, yes,
Thanks.
I want what you're giving. I want what you're giving.
Yes, absolutely.
So what makes Gangster Vegan special other than the things that you've said? Because I know that your focus is unprocessed healthy food.
Yes, so I think it's really important that when I share about Gangster Vegan or organics, that I make sure that I differentiate between vegan cuisine and plant-based cuisine. Everything here at Gangster Vegan is homemade, fresh, daily. There's no processed ingredients, so you are getting no soy, no other ingredients like that. There's no sugar in any of our products. Anything that is sweet here, so you'll try some of our desserts later.
Yes.
All of our sweetened products are sweetened with dates. That's including desserts, smoothies, everything.
Wow.
Everything is also gluten-free, of course, dairy-free, and everything is also organic. So I think that a lot of people are able to come here and really feel confident that they're eating well. I think there's also something special about being able to call a restaurant, especially like a fast casual restaurant, and be able to talk to an employee on the phone who made your food, who's able to tell you everything that's in your food. And I think that that is something that is often missing from the food-based world.
Absolutely. Well, I can't wait to taste what Gangster Vegan got for me.
So we're gonna let you like taste your way around the menu. Our menu includes juices, smoothies, wellness shots, of course, salads, bowls.
Right.
We also have raw burgers, which bring people in. So we make raw burgers. Not only are the patties raw, but the bread as well. We dehydrate and make our own bread in-house. And we have snacks and desserts as well. So, well, anyone can eat at Gangster Vegan. If you just like vegan desserts, we got you. If you are I juice every week, we got you. So there's something here for everyone.
I'm excited. I can't wait. Okay, Taneea, you have brought out some of the tried and true, the Beyoncés, even though that's not hip hop, of Gangster Vegan.
Hip hop adjacent, these are the hits.
Okay.
The hits.
All right, Taneea. So what do we have here? And I have a question for you once you explain what we got going on here.
Absolutely. So this is our Apapi burrito bowl. So you have a base of brown rice, romaine lettuce, black beans, our pico. The star of the dish is the walnut taco meat.
Yes.
And then we have two of our sauces. So we have of course, a vegan nacho cheese. We also have a cilantro date, so you can get some of that traditional taco flavor with a bit of sweetness. And then we finish it with avocado and jalapeno.
Okay, and I love a good salad. So Taneea, when did you fall in love with hip hop?
Oh, I love the brown sugar reference.
Yes.
I think my love for hip hop started somewhere around like being a teenager. I would say like preteen, 11 or 12. I've always been into writing, so I think for me, my favorite artists are always like the best lyricists, not like who's the most popular or who has the most songs, but who is it that you listened to 3 times and it felt better than the first time? Right. So that's what about hip hop feels good to me. I think what I love about the way we've structured our menu here is that it's really a shout out to the old heads of hip hop. Yes. And I think that makes people feel good. I think that there's a lot of, typically how we talked about how the wellness spaces were not curated for us.
Right.
There's lots of misconceptions about old school hip hop. And I think that there's so much brilliance and advocacy in it, and we also want to showcase that. So that's why the names have been so purposeful for us. I also just enjoy the smile on my customers' faces when they come in and they get hyped.
Like, it's familiar.
Exactly, like the reference to any artist they see on the board, they hear the music, they get excited. I think just the energy is one of the things that keep people coming back along with the food.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what I read about you, or Gangster Vegan Organics, is that your mission is to make sure that we are able to have healthy, unprocessed foods in our communities. Because as you know, in our communities, especially African American communities, they're food deserts.
Yeah.
And that's why we're suffering from different types of diseases and different types of things that are happening with our body. I had watched a documentary series called The Slave Food Project.
Okay.
It comes on Fridays on YouTube. And they said that every 7 minutes, one of us is dying from a curable disease.
That I can believe.
And if we were to change our diets, it would make a world of difference. It would lessen the diabetes in our space. It'll lessen the heart disease in our space. So with that being said, why do you think that we are so closed-minded with the plant-based movement?
Yeah, I don't think that the intention, right, is to be like closed-minded and shut off. I think oftentimes, particularly Black and brown people, are victims of what they have access to.
Absolutely.
And we don't have access to particular spaces. I love Gangster Vegan. I love the name of our place, particularly because it's really a shout out to be healthy and survive.
Gangster.
You gotta gangster your way through it, right?
Yeah, you do.
To make this business work, to start a business in the midst of a pandemic. I opened Gangster Vegan while going through chemo. Like, I gangstered my way to be where I am.
Yes, indeed.
And it's really about switching the connotation on its head, right? Like, other people often think that a gangster is a negative, but we know that's not true. Like, a gangster is a boss, someone who steps up, who handles things regardless of their circumstances. So we're gonna eat well regardless of our circumstances. We're gonna make this work. We're gonna educate people who look like us in our little space, right?
Yes.
In our small business. We don't need a whole lot to make it work, and I really think that's what this is about.
But I enjoy the fact that what I like to tell people is that one of the reasons why we don't cross over as fast as we should is because we don't understand, or it doesn't feel familiar to us.
Yes.
So whenever I walk into here, immediately the people that you have behind the counter were very energetic. They were very helpful. And then when I look up onto your menu, it's familiar. It gives me flashbacks of when I was younger, when I was doing whatever, and it inspires me, it motivates me.
And we also want to make it simple for people. So it's not like we just have the iPoppy or the Dirty South. Like, we make sure that we say, like, this is a barbecue bowl, right? Like, there's no reason to make vegan food and plant-based food super complicated and super intimidating. Just tell people what it is and it tastes good and they will come. So that's really what I want for our people.
Well, I'm about to taste this because I am hyped to taste this, because you said this was made with sunflower seeds.
So this is our sunflower seed tuna. It's our notorious tuna salad. So we do a base of kale, marinated kale and romaine. All of our meals come with like 4 veggie sides.
Okay.
So this one has cucumber, onion, red pepper, carrots. Again, the star of our dish is our sunflower seed tuna.
Okay.
And then we top it with our cashew cheese.
Okay.
So
I am a tuna connoisseur.
Okay, now I'm really excited to hear what you think.
I'm a tuna connoisseur. Like, don't play with my tuna. Don't play with it. Okay. I gotta taste that part first. Ooh, it smells good.
All your traditional tuna flavors. So like, you get it as soon as you pick it up. The same consistency, the flavors.
There's celery in it?
Celery, pickles, we got you.
This is sunflower seeds.
Sunflower seeds. So I think one thing that's really important that I love to share with our customers is that here at Gangster Vegan Organics, we only buy produce. The only thing we buy is fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, and we turn everything into something. So we don't, from pies to everything, nothing is wholesale. We make everything from scratch every day.
So I can make this at home?
You can make that at home, girl, if I shared the recipe, but I won't.
Oh! Don't be shady to me. This is good.
But girl, that's made right in a at-home food processor. In a mixing bowl, that's all you need.
Okay, now I'm gonna have to go get me some something, and so I can ask you and be like, I made sunflower seed tuna.
And then this last one is by far my favorite thing on the menu. So this is our Swiss beets. It is our raw dehydrated beet burger. So you have a beet burger, you have some of my nacho cheese, our barbecue sauce with cabbage, carrots, romaine, a little bit of our pico for a pop of flavor, and then all of our burgers come with a side kale salad.
Okay. I've never had a raw burger.
You just gotta pick it up and bite it. But did I say this was my favorite thing on the menu? You're not gonna go wrong. By far, I can eat a beet burger every day.
So it's that good?
It is that good. Every day. And when you think about NuVegans, you wouldn't hop out to a raw beet burger first, but it is that good.
Okay. See, Taneea, you got me out in these streets. Hold on. Is there a bottom?
Yeah, there's a bottom.
Hold on.
But it's stacked with veggies.
I got you. I'm trying to cuff it. Okay. I think I got it. Oh, did it get... Okay. I think I got it soggy. Hold on. Okay, I got you. All right. So, this is the beet burger.
Yeah, stacked with your veggies.
And it's completely raw.
Completely raw. So we use a dehydrator, which pulls the liquid out of the food, but leaves all of the fiber and all of the nutrients. Your bread is made 100% out of onions and flax seeds. Your burger is pure vegetables.
I'm nervous.
Yep, your sauce is made out of
And I like raw food. That's why I'm like, okay, I gotta get situated, because...
Let's do your little swap over.
Yeah, we're gonna do a swap, because I don't want to embarrass myself. Okay, that's that. Okay, and you said this. Okay, let me figure out which way to go. Okay, I'm gonna go right here. Yes. Yes.
Let me tell you, like sometimes I gotta travel and I'll be like, okay, but I want a beet burger, but this dehydrated bread, so I'm gonna deconstruct this and put it back together. I will pack my bread separate from my burger, separate from my veggies.
The beet would be good in a burrito.
It's good everywhere. I have sometimes broken up my beet burger, put it on top of a salad. I think you spoke to this earlier when we were chatting. There's something about your palate that changes the more veggies you eat, particularly the more raw veggies you eat, because they're not covered with salt and vinegar and all of those things. Yes.
That is good.
That's my favorite.
Like, oh my God.
We also do the tuna on a burger as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is my favorite, then this one, and this one. No, I just like them all. I just like them all. That's it. That's it.
So we also
what
want
else we
you
got?
to try some dessert.
Okay.
So we have, our menu includes 4 pies, so I have 2 for you to sample.
Okay, awesome.
This is our Bonita apple bomb. It's our salted caramel apple cheesecake.
Okay.
So the base, you have a cheesecake. You have caramel sauce that we make from dates.
Okay. How do I open this? Okay.
Yeah, you just pop it right open on the side.
Popping.
I can help you by popping this one. Please.
All right, got you. All right. Bonita apple bomb. You gotta put me on. Bonita bomb. Oh, it's raw.
Everything's raw.
Made with love. Shout out to Tribe Called Quest. Okay. What is your favorite hip hop song? Like that you could put on repeat with no issue and just listening to it every day?
All day, every day.
All day, every day.
So I listen to so much music all day, every day. As you know, we have numerous locations. We spend so much time driving back and forth.
I love this.
I still put, and it's so crazy because if you ask my 9-year-old what my favorite album is, he would tell you Miseducation. That is how much we listen to it, and he's 9. And like when he's like singing it on his way to school, I'm like, okay, I'm doing something right.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm doing something right.
Educate the babies.
But everything down to the skits and everything. Actually, that album just had a anniversary as well. And there was a hip hop website that did the tribute, was all of the kids who did the skits on the original album. So where they are now, what they're up to, all of that. And it just really touched me. Like, if like history sticks with us, like that is a historic album. And the fact that I was like, well, other people will want to know what these kids are still up to, because I want to know what they're still up to and what their lives are like. So that's just really exciting to hear that, like, again, it's just like a cultural thing that we're all invested in. You come in, you know that this is a place for you.
Absolutely. What else we got?
So we have our chocolate banana cream pie. You got to get the chocolate dessert.
Okay.
Chocolate desserts have to stay.
Mos Def.
Yes.
He's so fire. Mos Def is so fire. I don't even know what his new name is, but he's just fired me. He's always been fired ever since him and Talib Kweli, and also when he was in, what's her name, Alicia Keys' video.
Yes.
Oh, seriousness. Okay. Oh, that was creamy and smooth.
Raw. No sugar.
Hold on. Just so it registers with my palate. That is creamy.
Guilt-free. So we make our crust out of dates and sunflower seeds.
I tasted the dates.
Yeah. And then you're getting like the banana, the cacao, all up in there.
This is everything. And I'm saying this only because I'm a chocolate fan.
Yes. So I got something else chocolate for you.
But this is popping.
That's our bestseller. And then we sell kale chips.
Yes.
And we sell Superfood Balls. It's like snacks.
Okay.
So we sell Superfood Balls in 2 different flavors. We have a goji flavor, and we have a Nino Brown, which is a chocolate flavor.
Brown.
So as my chocolate lover, give one of those a try. I love to recommend those to people like with the juice for like a really quick, like easy to go breakfast. I throw those in my bag when I need a quick snack. Yes.
Nino Brown. Sugar Hill?
Yeah.
Oh. Woo! You almost took my card away from me because I was like, Nino Brown. I love Sugar Hill.
So I want you to try those.
Okay.
And then,
all right.
You want to tell me what you think?
Okay.
Give you a quick boost of energy. My 5-year-old is so cute. She always says, I need some Superfood Balls for energy. I'm like,
This reminds me.
I'm like, you just want a snack.
Oh, just the nougat from.
Yes.
Oh, this is popping.
And then we sell that in like a goji berry flavor as well.
Taneea, you did well.
Thank you, girl. Tell your friends, tell them to tell their friends.
You did well.
Come hang out with us here.
You did well.
Vegan.
If this does not convince you to come over here, I don't know what y'all are waiting for. I don't know what y'all are waiting for. Thank you, Taneea, so much for being on the show.
You are welcome. Thank you.
Truly appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
With multiple locations, NuVegan is the talk of the town. Located at 2928 Georgia Avenue Northwest in Washington, D.C., the specialty is soul food. But from what I heard, love is on the menu. so much, Vernon, for allowing VeganPopEats to come here in your establishment, NuVegan. I've heard so many good things about it from people who live here and people up in New York. Thank you so much once again. I am grateful.
Of course, thanks for allowing us to be featured on your site.
Yes, indeed. But what I always like to ask people before we get started is, how did you start your plant-based journey?
Before I start on the plant-based journey, let me talk to you about my food journey, because it kind of all tie in together. So in the 9th grade, we had career day, and our counselor asked everybody what they wanted to be when they, grow up. And I told them that I wanted to be a football player.
Yes.
So all the guys, football, basketball players. And at that time, he told us, he gave us the odds of us actually being able to make it.
Right.
So, I'm not tall, I wasn't the fastest. So I kind of took all of what he said into consideration. And after that day, I was kind of depressed because I was trying to figure out what did I want to do with my life. This is 9th grade. So the next day I talked to him. He recommended a high school in DC, MM Washington. It's closed now, but it's a vocational high school and they had culinary arts.
Okay.
So I went there for, I made the decision to go there and I go to the school that I wanted to go to play football. And I did culinary arts for 3 years. So I did culinary arts for 3 years and I won a cooking scholarship to New England Culinary Institute.
So you can cook?
A little bit. I can throw down a little bit. So I did the cooking competition, won a scholarship. And then when I came back out, I did a few jobs at a few different restaurants, but then I ended up meeting my ex-wife at the time, right? And she is the one that kind of
You tried it, right? Okay.
But she the one that introduced me into the, the whole vegan lifestyle.
Oh, wow.
So this was like in 2002, before,
Before it was cool.
Before it was cool. And then I didn't even know what vegan was. So I was cooking food, but the term vegan, we heard vegetarian, but vegan, we didn't even really know what it was. So she introduced me to the lifestyle, and she would make food, and in the beginning I didn't take to it because I wanted to eat steak and veggies and starch because that's what we was taught to eat. A complete meal is the entree, a side, and the starch. But with them, with the whole vegan lifestyle, you can mix and match, and pretty much like all vegetables are pretty much vegan. And I didn't even pay attention to it like that. I didn't even look at it like that. So so that's how I got my start into being introduced to the vegan lifestyle. And then eventually, like a year later, I kind of converted over to veganism just because I felt, as I was eating it, I was a little bit more healthier. I was slimmer, I felt good. And at that time I was having children and I wanted my children to be raised vegan. So that's how, my journey kind of started.
What was the most surprising thing that you found out when you crossed over?
Well, the preparation of vegan food is really easy and it's quick, and the food tastes good. Like you can make it taste just like the real thing, the imitation of what you're trying to eat. So, it was really good.
So what made you want to open up NuVegan? Because I've heard that this is like a staple in the community, black and white, all nationalities come here, they love the food. What inspired you to do this space? Because the space is gorgeous. It's open, it's inviting, your customer service is amazing. So what made you decide to do that?
Well, I'm gonna go back a little bit. So when I was in high school, I ended up running the school deli with a friend of mine. So we was running the school deli, and that was kind of like my introduction into like running a restaurant.
Okay.
So then I ended up taking entrepreneurship also in high school. So, I can make money by selling food. That's something that I want to do. So, making money in the school deli, even though we didn't keep it, went back into the program. It opened my eyes and my friend's eyes that I was a partner with in the beginning to one day open up a restaurant. So we actually tried to open up a restaurant in the 12th grade, but we didn't have any credit. The landlord didn't want to lease to us. They're like, what are you guys? You don't have anything. So, that kind of, put a pause in everything. But I always had a mentality that I wanted to open up a restaurant or a bakery or something. And so I always had that vision in mind. And what ended up happening was I was a consultant for another vegan restaurant, grocery store, Everlasting Life.
Okay.
And I was a consultant for them in the Capitol Heights area. And pretty much he had this location. So this location originally was a grocery store.
Oh, wow.
And then they had like a little deli in the back. And, you know, I worked out, you know, this was around 2008 in the middle of the recession when everything was going down, and myself, I want to open up a restaurant.
Right.
You know, what was I thinking at that time? But I mean, it was a good, you know, it was a good idea to me, you know, because I've seen what it can become, even though the timing wasn't good. So I ended up doing a deal with him and acquiring this location, and I turned it into what it is now. It wasn't always NuVegan Cafe though, so it started off as Everlasting Life Cafe. Okay. And then it transitioned, after the renovation was done, we branded it as Woodlands Vegan Bistro. Yeah. In 2013, and then in 2015, we changed it to NuVegan Cafe.
Oh, that's an amazing story. So why did you choose, out of all the different niches in the vegan and plant-based lifestyle, upscale, you know, casual dining, which this is casual dining, why did you choose this particular niche? Instead of, since you're already, you know, an experienced chef, you have the, you know, the pedigree to be able to do pastries on up, why did you choose fast casual dining and also in this community? I mean, at the time, like I said, I was a consultant for the Everlasting Life, so they kind of already had this kind of feel. I had also worked with Sodexo Marriott, and they had like a corporate side I worked, and then I worked in like the cafeteria type of setting, but it was upscale, and you know, I kind of love that concept, and that was before it became popular with like all the little fast casual concepts. So I thought that it was a good idea to kind of do it that way, and it just stuck with me. But you're doing soul food.
Yeah, soul food.
And not everybody can do soul food because you don't eat everybody's potato salad, you don't eat everybody's mac and cheese. So why did you think that you would be such an expert in that particular, you know, people are so critical about those dishes?
Well, I don't think that I'm an expert. It's just that I've been, you know, grew up eating collard greens, sweet potatoes, mac and cheese, you know, Thanksgiving or just on Sundays. You know, I used to cook with my mom, and those are the things that she normally cook. Yeah, so you know, I was cooking those things. My ex, she was good at cooking those things. So, you know,
you just turned it into what it is, and people just stand in line ready. And you know, I'm gonna let you know that you said you had the best mac and cheese.
Yes.
And you said we would come from New York all the way down here to get it. Well, I'm ready to see, and I'm ready to taste what you got.
All right, cool.
Okay, Vernon, you brought me the food, and I see that mac and cheese eyeing me, but I want to know what this is, because this looks like this is going to feed my sweet tooth.
Right, so this is dessert. This is our cheesecake. This has a strawberry topping. We currently have 4 flavors that we serve, but this is one of our most popular ones. So we make our own strawberry sauce, and then you know, this is our own version of our own version of a cheesecake.
So what kind of filling is it?
In the middle?
Yes.
The cheesecake itself?
Yeah.
It's vegan cream cheese.
Okay. 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 And you make it in-house?
Yes, we make it in-house, and we make the crust that's on the bottom of it as well.
And this is your recipe?
Yes, it is.
So you thought about this?
Of course. Everything that we do, I just try to resemble what you can get that's not, you know, vegan.
I've had good cheesecake.
Yeah, but you haven't had this. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead, try it.
Let me just.
Look at that, it's nice and rich.
Oh,
look at that.
Oh, it smells so good.
Of course.
Okay, hold on.
Okay. Better than the Cheesecake Factory.
It is. It is. I'm not joking. Hold on, let me get another taste to make sure that the first one did not deceive me. Okay. This is good. This is really good. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
I'm impressed.
Okay.
You did a little something right here.
Right there.
You know, you gave a little, opening of the show. So what is this?
All right, so right here is the crab cake.
Okay.
We make our own tartar sauce. We make our own crab cake from scratch. This is the green thing right here is the kale salad.
Okay.
So it's fresh kale. We make our own red wine vinaigrette. We toss it with red onions and red peppers.
Okay.
We got sweet potatoes over there.
All right.
We got collard greens with no neck bones, but it tastes like it got neck bones in it.
Okay.
You know, so our southern collard greens. And then we got our vegan mac and cheese. We make our own soy cheese sauce.
Okay.
And it's nice and creamy. A lot of people come, to try to get that recipe. We got awards for our mac and cheese.
You got awards?
Of course, yeah. So go ahead, try it. Tell me what you think.
I mean, it looked good, Vernon. It looked good.
It tastes good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and. All right.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. That reminds me of my grandma's. It does. It has the right consistency as far as cheese. It's creamy.
It's creamy.
Oh my God.
We have a lot of customers that come in because the majority of our customers, they eat meat.
Right.
Half of them are vegan, but they come and they like our mac and cheese. It's just a different version of it,
And you can tell that y'all cook with passion.
With so much love.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, greens.
Green.
Okay.
Better than your grandma's.
Ooh.
Yeah, with that sweet potato.
How'd you get the smokiness in the greens?
It's a secret.
All that's missing is hot sauce. I'm
You
mad.
like hot sauce?
I'm mad. Hold on. Had to taste it by itself because I had a little sweet taste. The sweet potato could have just been hiding. Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. That's so good.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Thank you.
So what do you make the crab cake with?
It's made from a soy protein.
Okay.
And we use the soy protein, and then we bind it together with all of our special seasonings.
Okay.
And make it taste like crab.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's really good. Do you put it on a sandwich?
Yeah, we do a crab cake sandwich. Yep. They made it a little big for you, but I mean, normally that size is for
Don't
a
fire
crab cake
nobody in the
sandwich.
back. They were just trying to embarrass me. Don't fire nobody in the back. This is good.
Yeah, that's one of our popular items.
I can see. That tastes like a real crab cake.
Yeah, that's the whole point. It tastes like a crab cake, and it's not scary. Like, the texture is not like real scary.
So this thank you. This was amazing, and you were right. They do have good mac and cheese. He wasn't lying, even though he was kind of spicy. He was not lying.
Yeah,
What do you think is so special about NuVegan?
Well, I think it's the love that we put in our food, and we put into our team, and then the customer. Like, our aim is to serve, and I think we do a good job at that. So, you know, I think that's what separate us from, you know, everybody else. And, you know, one thing that we do, just because we know that every customer that come in is an experience, and a lot of them don't know what vegan food is. So we give samples. So everybody that come in, they get samples. You know, you don't really go to any restaurant and try the food before you buy it.
Right.
But we want to guarantee that you love the food. So we allow you to try and sample it. And so that when you leave, you can leave with something that you love. And that's why they keep coming back.
So don't y'all come up in here with different disguises and try it.
Get a whole meal of sampling, huh?
I know. With a wig on. Well, Vernon, you were right. I'll just say you was right. You was right, you was right, you was right. This is phenomenal. This is definitely soul food. This is like one of the best meals that I've had in a while. Because what people fail to realize is that, you know, with vegan food, you have to put some love in it. You have to put the seasonings in it. And once you get that happening, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. And you've done a phenomenal job. I'm excited for how NuVegan is growing. And I thank you. I really thank you.
Of course.
And I thank you for everything that you're doing as well. But yeah, gosh, this crab cake is so bomb. That is so bomb. But I thank you. I just thank you. Thank you for allowing us to come down here.
Of course.
And for you guys, if you if you know like I know, you need to come down to NuVegan in Washington, D.C. They have several locations. And remember, if you can't be good to anybody else, you have to be good to yourself. I'm Angela Yvonne, where meat is always obsolete on VeganPopEats. Gangster Vegan Organics has remixed the word gangster and turned it into a movement